So when it comes to your gym bag, forget everything you thought about it. Mine isn't just for weights, to be honest. Over the years, I've thrown in what I needed for the gym and I just went to the gym. But now, living a life where I am working 4 jobs, creating content and squeezing in the gym, I've carefully created a portable sanctuary for myself for on the go. So if you are interested in packing for peak performance as well as for on the go, hello, my name is Ashley and welcome back to A Gentleman's Guide to Cosy Living, where I explore a variety of topics to help the everyday gentleman or person who's watching this video to have a more easy and comfortable and cozy lifestyle. So I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like we have the wrong bag for the wrong issue or for the wrong situation, if you like. And so for me, when it comes to the gym, having the right bag is essential. And so for me, it is having my Fred Perry barrel bag. It's got me to places. I've used it as an everyday bag. I've used it as a gym bag. I've even used it as a weekend away bag as well. So it is a very good and durable bag. And not only do I have this bag for the gym, I also use it for carrying other things as well. So even before going to the gym, I'll have my breakfast packed in my bag. I'll have some of the equipment that I need for the gym. I'll even have things in my bag post gym. So if I'm going to go for my reading that I can normally do in my favourite cafe, I have my book in there. I have some essentials in there for my reading. I'll also pack an extra bag inside. So if I need to do any sort of food shopping or need to get a few bits and bobs, that is something that I'll also pack in. But we'll dive down more into that. So if you are someone, a gentleman who is on the go, a small duffel bag like mine isn't going to be essential for you. I'd recommend a much larger bag where you can carry your gym clothes in, a towel in. But if you are someone who is like me, where you are able to easily travel in between work and on the go, then I do recommend just having a small bag such as my Fred Perry duffel bag, or should I say barrel bag. And so here are my key items that I think you should pack if you are a gentleman who wants to not only focus on the body, but also focus on their mind as well. So as I mentioned before, I always take breakfast with me on the go. And that is because I work early hours in the morning. And so I work, I have my breakfast just before the gym, and this helps me fuel my gym sessions. So when it comes to breakfast, I tend to have some oats as well as some yogurt, and the yogurt I choose is from Lidl. I think it's the Milbona brand, and it's 40 grams of protein per tub. And so I'll have a whole tub of yogurt as well as 60 grams of oats. I recommend having some sort of obviously breakfast, and if you are someone who's on the go, I recommend having a small breakfast box with you. If you are in need of more energy, let me just place you down there for a second. I recommend having some form of pre-workout. Now, I've only been taking this for just over a week now, and it has actually helped me a lot. This is something I generally do keep in my bag. And the reason why I keep it in my bag is it's just easy to remember, and I think that is something that is also important. By having those things in your bag ready, you don't have to constantly think about doing it in the morning or being ready at night. You know, if you've had a very busy day with work, etc., you just want things to be ready, and having that pre-workout in my bag has helped me a lot. Even though I could probably store it in my bottle, I do like to drink some water at work as well. So just having that pre-workout is essential for me. And obviously, you do need a bottle when it comes to drinking your pre-workout or drinking your water in general. And this has changed, not this specific bottle, but this has changed over the years for me. I've gone from having, I think it was like a 1 litre water bottle to having a small-ish clear water bottle. And now I have gone back to this. So this does come with a shaker top. That's how I can describe it to you. So when you're shaking your protein shake or pre-workout, it just helps dissolve the product that you're using in the bottle. And from that, those are things, well, 3 things that I recommend when it comes to food, energy, and hydration. Now, for someone who is a content creator like myself, I do have my DJI Pocket Osmo camera, which obviously I am recording now, so I can't really show you the camera itself. But this has been such a handy product when it comes to recording content. It is a very small device. It is not noticeable by a lot of people. I have had friends who are in the gym who've asked me, oh, what am I doing? And I just tell them, oh, I'm recording a quick YouTube video. So recently you might have seen in one of my fitness videos that I did buy this little device. And this was from Amazon. And I stick this in places where there is metal. And so this little bit at the back is a magnet where I can just easily place, and I can change the angle as well. And this has been great for creating those extra angles. And I would say this isn't an essential for the everyday gym goer. I'd say this is an essential for a person who wants varied angles in a gym, as well as someone who just wants varied angles in their content that they are creating as well. So this is more of a content essential rather than the everyday person essential. But getting back to the gym essentials, I really do recommend having some lifting straps. So these are the hard body lifting straps. Again, from the event I went to, I got these for free, and I haven't tried them out at the moment. I have actually updated my gym workout, and they might require some lifting straps. So I will be doing some RDLs and some deadlifts as well. I have used lifting straps before when it comes to dumbbells. If I'm lifting a heavy weight, I just want to try that weight out. However, and I'm just going to quickly sit on this chair as I am getting a little bit uncomfortable. When, for me, in the gym, I do tend to speak to people a lot in between my sets. And for me personally, I don't really take headphones other than if I'm going to be on the bike. I just need to have some form of music or watching a video just to help me get in that zone. Sometimes on the weekend, when I do go to the gym, I don't tend to see the people I normally see either. And so I would wear my headphones. And the headphones that I do have are these Sony pair. And Bluetooth, obviously, I generally do prefer overhead headphones rather than cord headphones, or even like the AirPod sort of headphones. As for me, I know I would just lose them, to be honest with you. And for someone who wants that gentleman lifestyle, I do think having a nice sleek black pair of headphones is always classic. However, I have seen quite a few headphones ranging in colour, which I do like the look of, but I don't think I'd be able to pull them off as well as other people can, to be honest with you. And when it comes to the audio, I will just have anything on, to be honest with you, just to drain out that background noise, whether that is from the radio that is on in the gym or from people just talking and getting easily distracted. I just want to go in, focus on my session and leave. And that is something that is very important to me. And when I've left the gym, I do tend to go to, like I've said before, I'll keep saying it again, my favourite cafe. And this is where I get back into the habit of reading again. At the moment, I'm currently reading Babel, and I just get past the whole debate. It can be either word, to be honest with you, but that is for a later date. And as you may see, I do have a lot of sticky tabs, and that comes with my accessories and my stationery that I do take with me as well. And I've noticed with myself, when it comes to writing things down and writing or annotating the books that I'll be reading, I do absorb more of what I'm actually reading rather than just passively reading. So I'm reading with more intent now. And although I've not read as many books as I wanted to this year, I do think reading with intent is far better than just reading 100 books in a year and not actually absorbing the information from the books. And so I generally do like to just sit there and read a few pages or even a chapter. And I would say this is an essential for anyone because reading does bring out creativity. It brings out a lot of thinking and a lot of analytical and a lot of analysis with life or from stories. I have read a lot of fiction and non-fiction books. If you may recall from this previous video, I talked about building those atomic habits, and reading has become one of my atomic habits and sort of layer stacking your habits. So for me, it was going to the gym, going to the cafe and reading. That is my habit there. My thing that I wanted to improve on was my reading. That is the extra fundamental piece for me to do. And afterwards, it'd be going to do my food shop. And so just rather than going to the gym, food shop, and not finding time to read, I've expanded that period in between of gym, reading, food shop. Another thing that I do carry is obviously some deodorant and a power bank. So if I'm on the go quite a lot, especially when it comes to the half-term holidays or the holidays from school, I like to carry a few more essentials, especially if I'm not going to be returning home. And so having a power bank is helpful for me. Like I said before, having a much larger bag, which I do have, I will carry a spare change of clothes to get changed into. And if I did really break out a full sweat, I would have a shower in the gym, and that just helps me to be a bit more fresh, especially if I'm going to see other people as well. I don't want to be smelling of sweat, and so just having a shower or having some extra deodorant on the go is definitely helpful for you. And I know this is a different video. This is obviously part of my Gentleman's Guide to Cosy Living, and I think just being more proactive with yourself, so having your bag ready, having it packed, it just helps make things a little bit more easier, and you can just have a much smoother process in life. And I know everything right now is just very chaotic, and my recommendation for you who's watching this, whoever you are, to be honest, is just take things easy. We are coming into Christmas / the winter holidays, and I know this isn't a great time for everyone, and so I just recommend to try and get as cozy as possible. And that sounds maybe a little strange, but just focus on yourself and your own needs right now. Try not to focus on the needs of others, the needs of trying to be there for everyone, especially if you're someone who struggles with this season. I think it is definitely important to focus on your mental health and to focus on yourself. And that is not being selfish, that is just you trying to be comfortable with your own surroundings and during this season as well. And so if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. The Gentleman's Guide to Cosy Living is quite sparse. These are topics where I try to build a lot of main frame around, and so there is a lot of planning with these. However, I do explore a lot of other things as well, such as traveling and the day-to-day activities that I do. And so if you want to stick around, do feel to hit the subscribe button, and I shall see you in the next video.